What's up, Juventini? Mercado Madness continues, and we've got an update today on 4 targets in the attack. Endrick, Højlund, Jonathan David, and Retegui all carry updates, which we will go through. We've also got a new name out of the blue at fullback as a potential target. A done deal in the front office that leaves fans with mixed feelings, and a plan B coach ready to sign somewhere. Does that give us the key indication on Conte's future? Did he just play Juventus? I'm going to tackle that one and weigh in and chime in with my thoughts as well. It's May 29th. I'm Berto. This is the AJC, your channel dedicated to Juventus. Let's rock with the news. But first things first, it's May 29th. 40 years ago on this day, we lost 39 Juventini in the Hazel disaster. So today, they are in our memory, forever in our hearts as well, and never forgotten. This one's in honor of them. Now, with the news, Endrick. Multiple discussions have been had, apparently, and inquiries made by Juventus on the player. The latest reports out of Italy state that Madrid could open up to a dry loan and only a dry loan. And of course, these are terms Juventus would apparently accept. We just keep an eye on this situation and monitor it. Rasmus Højlund, though, Nico Skira claims that Juventus has begun discussions with the player and his entourage to try and bring him over to Juventus, and Manchester United is apparently open to a loan, which is something that Juventus needs in the deal. It needs to begin with a loan. Let's keep tabs on this one. For Jonathan David, despite the fact that Napoli has increased their bid and upped the ante, there are new discussions set to be had with Jonathan David and his entourage, and Juventus is still labeled to be pushing for the signing, and they have not given up on Jonathan David. Retegui picking up steam today, and apparently he is listed as one to watch when it comes to Juventus. His valuation is 45 to 50 million euros from Atalanta, and he is high up on the potential candidate list for Juventus to come in at striker. At fullback, we've got a name out of the blue. This is Fiorentina's Dodo. He is about to get into contract renewal discussions with Fiorentina. However, it's being reported that the thoughts and prospects of joining Juventus could shut that down, and then Juve could be looking to make a move. Let's see what happens there. What do you think about all these players here? Who do you want to see us sign when we get to a done deal, something completed? This is Damien Comoli, who was just recently president at Toulouse, who cut ties. He is ready to sign 3-year deal to 2028 with Juventus. This comes to us from Nico Skira. Next on deck for Juventus is the signing of Tognozzi and his return to lead the scouting sector at Juventus. Now, Plan B for Juventus at the coaching position. Gasperini was listed as that. He is on the verge, according to Fabrizio Romano, of signing with Roma. If a plan B is ready to sign, and you've also got Max Allegri on the verge of signing and returning to Milan, does this tell us everything we need to know around Antonio Conte, and that Antonio Conte is going to be remaining at Napoli? The latest reports have stated that there were new positive talks with Napoli, that Napoli has upped his salary to 10 million euros, that De Laurentiis is throwing the house at him to stay, and Di Marzio today claims that it seems increasingly likely that Conte remains at Napoli. Is there still a shot for Juventus? Of course there is, and I still think so, and I'll tell you why. You had a 4-hour meeting between De Laurentiis and Conte on Tuesday. Why on earth did Napoli have to reach out the day following again to have positive talks, which we heard about? You've also got now on Thursday morning the reports that he's been reached out to again and the salary has increased. The fact that you've had that long a meeting on one date, and then they reach out again, and they reach out again, and it keeps happening, tells me there's still a shot, and Juventus still has a shot. However, maybe, just maybe, Conte used Juventus as leverage to get everything he wanted out of Napoli. Maybe he had no intention. Maybe there was still ill will because of the fact that we said no to him on 2 occasions. One with Inter and one where he went to Napoli. On both occasions, he wanted to return to Juventus. Maybe he has played us. Whatever the case is, I believe, and I truly believe, this is last shot for Conte and Juventus to ever reunite. There has been a portion of the fan base that never wanted Conte to return. Now, after playing games with us, if you do not return and choose to go that route when we have opened the door, seemingly making positional changes in the office to suit you, this would probably be the last straw. And fans that were able to overlook certain actions that took place in the past might also finally turn on Antonio Conte. My advice to Juventus, if you know he is not going to come, don't wait for that announcement. Juventus doesn't need to wait for anybody. Whoever your plan B is, or if you're okay moving in with Tudor, then make that announcement before they announce that Conte remains, and give everybody that we don't need to wait on anyone. If you want to return and we want you, come back. If you want to play games, use your leverage, max out everything, then there's the door. You can stay where you're at, and I hope that it implodes. And it just might, because the honeymoon is over with Conte. Those are my thoughts. I'm just spitballing here, but I don't like this. I don't like this right now. Maybe, just maybe, we got played. Let's wait and see. In the mercado, I remind everybody, you take everything with a grain of salt, and things can change like that. Do we still have a shot? I think so. But more and more sources and outlets are claiming he is likely to remain. So for Juventus, get your spine about you and make an announcement before that happens if that's the route's going, and let's move forward, because you've got to lock in and we've got to start signing some players. Hey, you know what to do, everybody. Hit me in the comments with your thoughts and what you think is actually happening around the Conte drama. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, join the AJC army, and let's mix it up, everybody. And of course, I'm back tomorrow with another edition. Till then, fino alla fine, forza Juventus. Ciao tutti.